All derailed this morning and exploded. That blast sent flames shooting high into the air and forced the evacuation of homes within a mile of that accident. Amazingly, only 2 people suffered minor injuries, and the mayor is saying they definitely dodged a bullet on this one. Now, Tara Morgan with our sister station in Columbus is joining us live tonight. So, Tara, the NTSB just held a briefing. What's the latest from them?
Well, NTSB board member Earl Wehner just spoke to the media very briefly. He just touched on that they have about 12 members out here surveying the wreckage from the ground and from high above in helicopters. They are bringing in more people as we speak from Washington and from the regional offices. Now, you can take a quick look just over my shoulder. You can see that the wreckage there is still smoldering. They are letting the ethanol burn off at this point. Now, at 2 o'clock this morning, 16 of 98 cars of a Norfolk Southern train derailed. 3 of those tankers, as you said, were carrying ethanol. The train was headed for North Carolina from Chicago when it went off the tracks just north of Columbus. The massive explosion shot flames high into the night sky. Now, we're told that the conductor disconnected the locomotive and 3 cars before that explosion, so that possibly could have been a factor in not as many people being injured in this accident. As you had mentioned, there were 2 people that were hurt.
Well, we're hearing that only 2 people were hurt, but I'm assuming a lot of people have been evacuated. And since the ethanol is still burning tonight, where are those people tonight?
Well, those people that were evacuated, about 100 people, they had like a mile radius of evacuation zone. That has been narrowed down to a quarter of a mile, and those evacuees, the original ones from this morning, they were allowed back into their homes this afternoon. And I'm told some businesses in the area have been impacted. We're still trying to gather information on just how much of an impact, but as far as the homeowners, they have been allowed to get back into their homes this evening.
And Tara, one last question really quickly. Do they have a cause for this yet?
They don't have a cause at this point. I'm told it's going to take quite a while for them to actually remove these cars from the tracks. It could be well into tonight. They're on scene now trying to get an idea of when they're going to start taking apart the wreckage and reconstructing this crash. So it could be a while. We're told a preliminary report could come in 30 days and a full report could take 18 months. Back to you.
Tara Morgan reporting from our sister station in Columbus. Thank you, Tara.
All right, Storm Track meteorologist John Matthews joining us now. And John, I have to admit, I was a little bit surprised of just how long the rain hung around today. I wasn't expecting it to be all day.
Actually, I was expecting it to be all day as I was watching it from my home on my radar and my computer.
But when I talked to you earlier, you said this was kind of an anomaly, correct?
Yeah, it's what we call an upper air disturbance. It's a little area that's just confined to one zone, and usually the forecast models, and we saw this last night, don't pick up on this. They're not on maps and charts. They just kind of pop up, and once they get going, they kind of are self-sustaining for a while, and that's what happened. But look, the sun is back now, you guys, and we're looking good. But upper air disturbances are kind of hard to detect in advance, but there's a case of that. But here we are with 82 degrees and thinning out the cloud cover, calm wind, humidity at 67%, and all the rain that we had, we only picked up 39/100ths of an inch of rain. So not a lot compared to what it seemed like. And right now things have all dried up on the live CBS 12 Storm Track radar. All the showers, the main heaviest rain was mainly between here and the Bahamas and just scooting right along our coastline throughout the morning hours and overnight. Here's kind of a good example of that as we look back a little bit and see that the bulk of the shower activity out to the east, and now the clouds thinning out, and we're back into the sunshine again and changing things all back the way we like them. How about that? So tomorrow, we'll still see a chance of some spotty showers around. We still have a 30 to 40% chance of picking up some of those, but it looks like the sea breeze will kick a lot of that rain or isolated shower or thunderstorm back to the west again, like we've seen. As our sea breeze will set up, we'll have plenty of sunshine to keep everybody going there, and we can recharge and enjoy a beautiful Thursday coming our way with, again, the chance of maybe a morning shower coming at us. What we do know is that we still have a chance of rain, and with that, the forecast for some of the rainfall accumulations right around 1/2 of an inch inland areas to less than that, about 1/4 of an inch to 1/3 of an inch across much of our area along the coast. And what we'll see is plenty of sunshine, but the morning lows are nice and comfortable. They're in the mid to 70s, and then we'll quickly scoot up to about 90 degrees. There's Boca Raton's forecast for tomorrow. So once again, we're still looking at this upper air disturbance, and it's loaded with a lot of moisture that's been around. So that does keep our shower chances going, but also there's a nice little dry slot right in there building in to give us improved weather as we head into your night, and nothing weird out there in the tropics that we have to be concerned about. So we'll just go with the clouds breaking up or thinning out. Partly cloudy overnight. Isolated showers always a possibility. Tomorrow, partly sunny, hot, spotty morning showers in some areas, and an inland afternoon thunderstorm likely, or a few scattered around, with the afternoon highs right where they're supposed to be, 88 to 93 degrees. Southeast winds 5 to 15. Our boaters will find the seas all nice and flat still, 1 to 2, light wind, light waves, low waves, sunrise at 6:35 tomorrow morning. And here's a look at the 7 days ahead. And of course, your weekend is always in view on CBS 12 News. So I'll just jump out of the picture and tell you we can be happy because some wonderful days are coming your way, including tomorrow. And there's your weather.
Thank you, John. The House just voted to repeal it, but the Senate isn't going to budge. Tonight, we continue our coverage of the health care reform and the moral dilemma it poses for some doctors, what it may force some of them to do against their beliefs.
And a medicine that many of you rely on for headache relief is nowhere to be found on store shelves. The reason behind the shortage and the interesting over-the-counter solution.
I'm Liz Quirantes in the newsroom. Here's what we're working on for you tonight at 6. Plagued by scandals, now more bad press for Port St. Lucie. We just got our hands on some seemingly sneaky emails suggesting the mayor was trying to get rid of a certain city official and get ammo against a police captain. Who and why? Coming up on CBS 12 News at 6.
Welcome back. CBS 12 is working to fight hunger. All this week, we've been bringing you the stories of those who are in desperate need. 1 in 3 households in Martin and Palm Beach counties ran out of food before they had money to buy more. Tonight, CBS 12's Michelle Wright introduces us to a local woman who dreams of a better life.
Born in Jamaica, but trying to survive in the United States, Manette Skyers is one of thousands who have struggled silently, living below the poverty line.
Nobody don't, because I don't complain. I don't go out and tell everybody.
Today, she shares her story because the ends are not meeting and she doesn't know where else to turn. She hopes getting her citizenship will bring better opportunities.
I'm 68 years old now. It's good, it's good because, you want to be free.
Manette takes care of herself in a condo, and her reverse mortgage takes every single penny she makes, leaving her no money for food.
I work 1 day a week. Every Thursday, I clean somebody else in the same court and get $100. And I have to pay $287 for maintenance every month. Because this month I don't pay it as yet. It due from the 1st. And I have to pay light bill, telephone, so out of $400 a month. It's hard.
Christine Kane, Vice President of Community Impact of the United Way of Palm Beach County, tells me cases like Manette's are the reason they reach out to make a difference in the community.
The United Way of Palm Beach County is really focused on helping people in need, and it's really bringing the resources of the community together with donors and making sure that folks have access to supports they need, like food, shelter, and those kinds of things, especially in a time of need like now.
In Palm Beach County, 1 in 6 people are food insecure, meaning they just don't have the food or resources to eat. In the summer months, shelves and freezers are completely bare. Food pantries, food banks, and agencies are struggling, and they need your help in the fight against hunger and poverty.
CBS 12 has been a fabulous partner with United Way. We've had an opportunity over the years to really help get the word out and make sure that we raise awareness about food security issues.
If you'd like to volunteer or donate but don't know where to start,
I would recommend that folks contact 211. If they're interested in volunteering at a food bank or learning more about how they can help, that's a really great resource for them to find out what options are available.
Michelle Wright, CBS 12 News.
And you can help in the fight against hunger. Just visit our website, cbs12.com/links, to find a complete list of agencies that you can make a donation to or actually volunteer with.
You have to pass a drug test to get hired for most jobs, but what about a nicotine test? The plan by one local city to cut down on insurance costs and the controversy it's creating.
Plus, this man used to weigh more than 400 pounds, the family tradition he wants to continue that inspired him to lose half his size, and how he actually did it.
And you're taking a live look at the traffic situation. This is the Turnpike at Okeechobee Boulevard. No major problems to report. We're coming right back. Welcome back to CBS 12 News at 5 o'clock. It's a controversial proposal, a plan to only hire people who do not smoke. Delray Beach is the latest city to consider doing this.
Now, all new at 5 o'clock, it would mean that healthier employees would be hired, lower insurance premiums would be the result, and a better working environment. But is it actually fair? CBS 12's Lynn Gordon is live in Delray Beach with all the details. Lynn.
That's right, Eric. The idea was first brought up at a city commission meeting here in Delray Beach last night. Now, Delray Beach Fire Rescue is already smoke-free, and police officers here in the city are not allowed to smoke on duty. And if commissioners here have their way, city employees will be next. For smokers, it's a hard habit to break, but now if you light up, there might soon be one less place you can work, the city of Delray Beach.
Of course, I had some initial reservations about it.
But Delray Beach Mayor Woody McDuffie says he supports a proposal to consider hiring only non-smokers.
Employees who are in the workforce right now in the city of Delray Beach would not be required to stop smoking. So this is only for new hires.
The reason to save thousands of dollars when it comes to employees' health insurance. McDuffie says one survey says an employee who smokes costs their employers $12,000 more each year.
And in these times that we're in right now of downturns in our revenue and everyone else's revenue, of course, we're looking to cut our costs. And healthcare, of course, is one of our largest costs in the city.
Other municipalities have adopted similar policies, but reaction to the proposal is mixed.
I mean, I get it. The idea is that people believe smoking is unhealthy, which it is, and they're going to do whatever they can to, help people not smoke.
I don't smoke, so for me it's awesome, but I think they're going to lose out on a lot of great employees.
While some feel it may be discriminatory, the American Civil Liberties Union says while every decision favoring one group over another could be interpreted to be some kind of discrimination, it's not illegal discrimination unless smokers were made by law a protected class, which they are not.
We'll be doing all the employees a favor. We'll be helping them live longer.
Well, right now the proposal is just that, a proposal. The issue probably won't come up for a vote until sometime in September. We'll, of course, keep you posted. We're live in Delray Beach. I'm Lynn Gordon, CBS 12 News.
All right, thank you, Lynn. And a new study just released says that kids who actually watch movie stars light up with some of these actually will be more likely to try a cigarette in the future. Now, the report finds that it's the smoking itself that influences youth to take up the habit. They surveyed kids ages from 10 to 14 and found that 33 to 49% were more likely to try cigarettes during the next 2 years after watching someone light up in a box office hit.
Continuing our coverage on health care reform now. House members voted 244 to 185 today to repeal President Barack Obama's signature health care reform law. But if it does take effect in 2014, there are many unanswered questions about that new law, including whether health care professionals will be forced to perform procedures they may find morally objectionable. Lisa Lee Kelly reports.
Of all the medical fields, obstetrics and gynecology is one of the hotbeds of moral decisions.
Physician, you have to determine what your moral boundaries are. That's probably more true in obstetrics and gynecology than almost any other medical field.
Dr. Mike Love has been an OB/GYN for almost 2 decades. He believes life begins at conception and maintains a robust practice, even though he won't perform abortions or prescribe birth control.
Well, we tell them up front when they first make their appointment that I don't prescribe the pill. I haven't done so in 14 years.
When the Affordable Health Care Act takes effect in 2014, some people believe obstetricians like Dr. Love will be forced to prescribe birth control and perform sterilization procedures. The blogosphere is full of such claims, but our investigation revealed that's a myth.
So far, the new federal law defines what insurance coverage has to include, not what doctors have to perform.
In fact, an analysis by the Kaiser Foundation revealed the new Health Care Act gives individual states the power to block any insurer, public or private, from offering abortion coverage. And there are 2 conscience clauses in full force in the U.S. The Hyde Amendment, which prohibits federal tax money from funding an abortion, and the Church Amendment, which protects healthcare workers from having to perform procedures that violate their beliefs. In Austin, Lisa Lee Kelly reporting.
And CBS 12 is working for you when it comes to all the health care issues that matter to you. For all things related to health care reform, just head to our website, cbs12.com/healthcare.
Well, turning to Vote 2012 at 5 o'clock. If you want to vote in the August election locally, you need to register now. The deadline to register for the August 14th election